So what's up guys, I'm from Mr. Aravind. So we got a newcomer. Yes, we have a new AI incomer to our digital world. But the moment he comes in, he made huge loss for Nvidia and the American stock market. So I think you haven't guessed the new incomer, right? Yes, the deepseek. So today in this video we're going to talk about the deepseek, why it caused so much of losses for American stock market and also Nvidia, and we're going to see lots and lots of technical stuff about deepseek, and we're going to see is that deepseek is better than other AIs like chatgpt, Gemini, like that. Let's figure out that. So if you're new here, I'm Aravind, this is Mr. Aravind Tech. I upload videos daily about tech, cybersecurity, hacking and programming. So if you're interested on those things, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon to get notified. Okay guys, let's get into the video. So first, let's see who is this deepseek. We all know that it is developed in China. So it was a startup in China. It was a AI startup that had been started in China. So many AIs have been launching. So we have many AIs, many popular AIs like chatgpt, Gemini, Copilot, and many AIs like this. But apart from this, there are thousands and thousands of AIs have been launching every single day. But why this deepseek became a talk of the town? Because it is open source. Yes, ChatGPT is powerful. We all know that ChatGPT is powerful, Gemini is powerful, Copilot is powerful, but they all are closed source. It is released as an open source. You can able to use it with zero cost. But you might think, is that perform well? Is that open source AI will perform well? But here comes one thing. DeepSeek performance is comparable to the top tier models. Yes, it is open source and its performance is also high, as the report says, but I don't think so. I haven't tested that DeepSeek. I will tell how I feel about this DeepSeek later in this video. So next, what are the features of this DeepSeek? The first and foremost feature is it is open source, so everyone can able to access it freely, and they are saying that it is designed to be more energy efficient. So take any LLM models like ChatGPT, Gemini, like that. When you are accessing it, when you are working with it, it consumes lots of energy. So they're saying that they have developed it more energy efficient, and the cost of making it, you might think it was a huge numbers, but it's not. The cost of developing DeepSeek is just $6 million US. You might think it is a high, $6 million US is high in amount, but let's take ChatGPT. For developing ChatGPT, it cost around $100 million US. But I'm not sure about the price, the cost of making it like $6 million. Many controversies are going on that. I haven't researched I haven't watched some videos on YouTube. They are saying that they are purposely telling a low amount, but the reports tell that $6 million is the cost of making it. Compare $100 million, $6 million. It's 100 times higher money. And in China, so some of the Chinese automobile sector, EV manufacturers integrated this DeepSeek into their devices. Into their EV vehicles. So now we saw about what is DeepSeek and the features of DeepSeek, but let's see if it is a competition for the AI model that already exists here, like ChatGPT and Gemini, Copilot, many more AIs like that. So now let's see. First of all, let's see about the price. The price of making, I already told this, the price of making DeepSeek is $6. Not $6, $6 million. And for making ChatGPT, it is $100 million. So it was 100 times high amount. So let's leave that. So now let's see some of the technical stuffs. So every AI models have some certain parameters. So parameters are used to generate results for your prompts, and it helps to generate the efficient and correct results for the prompts that you make. So let's see how much parameters both have. First, let's take DeepSeek. DeepSeek has 671 billion parameters. Yes, you are thinking it is high because 671 billion means it is high in amount. But ChatGPT has 1.8 trillion parameters and Gemini has 1.5 trillion parameters. So you might think, what is the difference between these parameters and things? So if you have higher parameters, you need higher amount of storage and higher amount of performance. But if you have lesser parameters, you don't need that much higher amount of performance. So you might think 671 billion and 1.8 trillion is not huge distance, right? But here is one thing that made Nvidia lost their stock value. Because the one thing is, while you are accessing DeepSeek, while you are prompting a request, it is not going to use the entire 671 billion parameters. It is just going to use 37 billion parameters. So yes, in that 671 billion parameters, for every single query, it going to consume only 37 billion parameters. So now tell, compared to 1.8 trillion parameters, 37 billion parameters is way too far. So that made Nvidia lost their stocks. So now you have a confusion. How this DeepSeek AI made the Nvidia stock down? So I have the answer. So let's consider it. If you are running an enterprise, you have a need of a AI chatbot like ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, like that. So what you're gonna do is, if you are using ChatGPT means, the first problem you're getting is you have to pay for them. I think around $200 or something you have to pay for that API key for the access of the ChatGPT. But so okay, you are an enterprise, you paying that money and getting the API and getting the chatbot, getting the AI. So now you need to install it in a server, right? So now when you are installing it, you need a higher performance, higher storage, because to utilize 1.8 trillion parameters, it needs lots of storage. Storage means don't think for hard disks. So hard disk for storing data. For this we need a virtual storage. So virtual storage means, we have been studied something called, in our school times we have been studied our, except hard disk, our RAMs also contain some certain amount of storage. It also store data, but once you restart and turn on the PC, the storage will wiped out, like that, the same thing. So for that, you need to install TBs and TBs of RAM. So it will consume RAM. Installing ChatGPT into your server, it consumes lots of RAM. So you need TBs and TBs of RAM. So not only RAM, also you need graphics card. So now it comes Nvidia. Nvidia provides some great graphics card. I am accepting that they are providing great graphics card, but for accessing 1.8 trillion parameters, you need TBs and TBs of graphics card. So you have been heard about the Bitcoin mining. So how Bitcoin have been mined? So using the power of graphics card, right? That is the same thing we are here also using. We are using TBs and TBs of graphics card. So think that if you are a big organization, you need to run the ChatGPT in a huge scale model. So what the problems you will get? So you need to buy TBs and TBs of graphics card. So it's cost you way more lot of money. But for DeepSeek, you doesn't need TBs and TBs of storage. The small amount of storage and small amount of graphics card and performance power is enough. That's why they created it with low parameters, with just 671 billion, and from that 671 billion they have been utilizing only 37 billion parameters for each query. So now comes to DeepSeek. I am a small startup. I don't have that much of funds and capital, but I need an AI system like ChatGPT or DeepSeek means. DeepSeek is open source. I don't want to pay them. So I can able to download DeepSeek and and install it in my server. So DeepSeek doesn't need that much of power and as much of performance. So I can able to install in a medium level or a higher medium level server, and I can run it. So that is the specialty, and that is the difference between ChatGPT and DeepSeek. And if you don't have a server means, they are also providing the service, but they are costing it, but it is like point something. I think 20 or something dollars only they have been charging for that, and it is also pretty low. So now let's see what are the impacts that this DeepSeek made when they are releasing it. So the first and foremost impact is Nvidia stock has been down for 17%. You might think 17 is a small number, but if you check in value, they have been lost around $593 billion on their capital. And not only Nvidia is impacted, also the entire American stock market have been down because of this. I think there have been a $1 trillion loss in entire American stock market. So now we have been talked a lot about DeepSeek. So now let's tell what I think about this DeepSeek. And I will say it is not 100% perfect, because it also still have many errors. Because the first and foremost time, I think the second day I have been it was released on, I exactly don't know the date, but the next day only I have been heard about this. So I have been read many news like the stock losses and many things, and I have been trying to use it. When I was trying to create account, I can't able to create. It takes 2 to 3 tries. I think 2 tries. For the 2 tries, it is sending the authentication code to the mail. When I put the authentication code and click submit, it says server not found and internal server error like that. It gives 2 times error, and the third time it worked well. And the next problem is sometimes the server will go busy. So I was testing, I was putting some prompts. Here is a screenshot. I took this only one screenshot, and the server error I didn't took. So when you are continuously using 3 to 4 prompts on one by one, in a certain period it just goes like server busy, try again, and it takes some time to get the server back. But we can't able to blame that, because no software came out fully furnished, and it is a startup. They have been developing it more and more. And comment below your thoughts about this DeepSeek, and or if you are using this DeepSeek or not. If you are used to this DeepSeek means, comment below if you also got that login problem or else that server busy problem like that. So it is helpful to know for many people. So that's the best video. Hope so will helpful to you. Got questions, ask them in comments. I will wait for you. Likes and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell icon to get notified. Okay guys, I will catch you tomorrow. Until then, signing off, Aravind from Mr. Aravind Tech.